A blessed day, viewers and subscribers. Welcome to the boss with another video. Alright guys, we have a story for premiere. Zane? And I want to listen to the end. Boy, may I tell you, the lady introduced a man from Jamaica to be with her mother in the United States. But she will explain how it happened. She said, the way she shame and disgrace, she don't want her voice heard. So I have to filter her voice, make her voice sound different. Alright guys, so listen to the story until you finish. It have so many twists in it. Just patient. Wait, Panny, this is part 1. I'm going to hear part 2. Alright, put it in the comment if you don't want to hear part 2. But John Star, I'm telling you, ladies, telling about them, man. I'm telling you. Alright, I'm telling you about the word desperation. Listen cleanly. I could drive, I could listen.
And my husband was separated, right? And we was going through some stuff. I reconnected with an old friend that used to pick us up and drop us off at the airport. We always, talk here and there, back and forth. 1 minute we don't talk, next minute talk. It was a back and forth thing between me and this person. It was a nice person at the time, but for some reason I couldn't put my finger on why me and him keep going back and forth. As far as 1 minute we talk and next minute we ain't. All right, let me try to not drag out the story too much. So he went to get lunch one day, and me and him, I was on the phone talking, and I was, discussing my marriage with him, like just venting. So, cause he was easy to talk to, and it was a breath of fresh air just to talk to somebody who just listens. All I wanted was a listening ear. So I was talking to him and stuff, and he went to get lunch, and while he was there getting lunch, the guy he got the lunch from was looking at his phone because we was on FaceTime. He looked at his phone like, who are you talking to? At that time was snowing. It was snowing. I remember that it was snowing because he asked to see the snow. So he was like, who are you talking to? And he's like, oh, my friend, in America and in New York. And he's like, really? He's like, let me say hi. Let me say hi. So he came and he said hi. And instantly, he's like, let me see the snow. You got any snow? I was like, yeah, we got a little bit of snow. So showing him the backyard. And he was so amazed with seeing it. I don't know for what reason, but he was so amazed with seeing it. And then he started asking me, do you have anybody that I can talk to that they could set me upon? You have any friends? And my friend was looking at me crazy, to giving me this crazy look like, what? You don't have no friend for him, because at this age, he was in his high 50s, 60s-ish. So me trying to find somebody for him, it was a no-no. The first person came to my mind was my mom, but I was like, wait, because my mom, let me tell you how I even get to do that. My mom is desperately, I'm going to say desperate. I'm going to use the word desperate because the situation is desperate at this point. She desperately want a man so bad to be in her corner, and so bad to be a husband, and so bad to just be there, that she basically put up with anything. She came to live in the States, I'm not going to say exactly where, about 7 years ago, and she'd been scammed 4 times by men that claim that they, like her, love her, and never FaceTime with them. All she keep doing is sending them money, and she never sees them. And the only time they call is when they want something again. And she always sending stuff to them. This happened 4 times. 4 times. The last one was living where she was living also. And I had to do some research, and I said, listen, have you ever seen this person? No. Have you ever talked to this person? Yes, she talked to the person on the phone. But the person lived about 40 minutes away from her, never came to see her, wasn't interested in nothing. Nothing at all. So I'm like, okay, well, you're not talking to that person then. Like, you're not in any relationship or anything. That's not a relationship when you never met the person. You hardly talk. He never even offered to come see you or never invited you to come see him. That's not a relationship. That sounds like a married man.
Guys, I don't like up a video now, man. The video is big, so I'm going to part 1 and me going to part 2 next time. Alright, like this video. I can continue listening.
Who just want somebody to toy with whenever they're ready. So I'm like, nah, leave that situation alone. Anyways, this guy that I've met through my mutual friend was saying, he was saying to me, he could send me all his government. So he sent it to my friend, and my friend sent it to me. He sent me his ID. He sent me his birth papers. He sent me everything about him that he had on him. He's take a picture and send it to me. For what reason, I don't know. But anyways, I guess he was just trying to let me see that he's genuine. Mind you, I met him on the phone, so I can't really feel anything, energy or whatever. Like, everything was just going so fast, nonchalant, whatever. So I said to him, I said, are you serious? I seriously want somebody to talk to. He's like, yeah, I'm in a marriage. I'm getting a divorce. And I'm like, oh, red flag number one. He's like, no, 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 no. I'm serious. I'm getting a divorce. Yada, yada, yada. We're going to court. I asked my friend to check it out. And he said, he confirmed, yeah, he's going to a divorce because he'd been talking to him about it for some time now. I said, okay, all right. Anyways, move on. So I introduced him to my mother. When I introduced him to my mom, they started talking and they hit it off. At least I think that's what they did. They hit it off. My mom instantly was buying matching shirts. Like I think it was after like a few months of talking to him, and then she want to go down to see him. And I tell her, like, slow down, take your time and get to know him first. Don't rush into it, all because I introduce him to you, because I don't know him. I don't know him on that level to say, oh, he's a good person. I don't. And even if I did, I can't vouch for him, because you can't vouch for a person to be in a relationship with another person that you haven't been in a relationship with, because you don't know how that person is in a relationship, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So I told her, advise her, like, please get to know him first. I stressed it. Get to know him first. I said, disease out here is free. We don't have to pay for it. Get to know him first before you go any further. Next thing I know, she's buying matching shirts and she getting it all printed, and we're just going down to see each other. And that year me and my husband were supposed to be going down together as a family for the very first time. Even though we was not together, we was going down as a family, but separated. If that makes sense. So we wasn't like and nothing was going on between us. Like, he really was fighting for the marriage, but at this point, it was over, in my head and my heart and my soul. It was over. Like, I was just done, because, that's another story. He had done some stuff that I felt like, what, when a person love a person, they don't do this stuff. So I was just over it. Anyways, back to their situation. I was going through a lot. So my mind was clouded. Like, there was certain things that I was supposed to see that I didn't see. It was just so much going on. Anyways, they hit it off. Went to Jamaica. Got to meet him. Went to Dungeon Falls. We had fun. It was a blast. We enjoyed ourselves and everything. Anyways, he was coming off a little too weird to me, but I didn't pay no attention. Like, oh, you can't even lose some weight. I'm not a fat person. I'm 5'1". I'm little. I'm really small. I don't look small on camera. I don't look small in video. When you meet me in person, I'm tiny. I'm a little something, right? But I do got a body and I do got shape and all that stuff. But he was kind of looking at me, and I'm like, why is he looking at me like that? Then my friend said to me when I came to Jamaica, yeah, you look like you gained some weight. And I'm like, dang, why are you talking about my weight? And realizing that most Jamaican men do that, especially when you travel. When you come back to Jamaica, they're going to be saying to you, you look like you gained some weight. You look fat, And I just took it as that, and I left it alone. I didn't say nothing else. I just left it alone. But he kept looking at me. Anyways, I'll leave it alone. Move on to that, because he meet me for the first time. So yeah, I'm like, okay, maybe that's what it is too. Like, went to Jamaica. We had a blast. Came back. When I came back to the state, my mom, how did this go again? Oh, she was talking to me about her and him getting engaged. No, that's not how it went. I think that was talking about being engaged that same year. Yes, is that same year, that same time when she met him for the very first time. I remember she calling me before I leave Jamaica. She called me and she said, oh, they're going to get engaged. And I'm like, instantly, I was like, no, absolutely not. You just met this person. It's just going on a year. no, because, it been like they've been talking for some months before we went down. So it was like just about to hit that year that they're talking. And they just had met some in person. So I'm like, nope, absolutely not. I said, nope, no, I don't think that's a good idea. I said, give it some more time, just give it some more time. She's like, okay, she was a bit stiff about the situation. I'm like, no, don't do that. And then she's like, okay. And I wanted to talk to her in person, but every time she called me, she's posing with him. Like he's ideal, like a bodyguard all the time. So I'm like, all right, I'll wait to talk to her. When she came back to the state, I said to her, do not do that. Don't do that. And if he wants to marry you, I said, listen, I see you go so much with men. If he wants to marry you, let him do it right. Don't let him give you no ring, no bedroom and all of that stuff. No, I said, you too old for that. Yeah, too.
Me notice with all a woman, the older woman them come like man are done out pan them and them always in a age of married. Ladies, take it easy. Wait. Me notice the ladies them in the late 50s, 60s. Anytime they get the chance and you about married, all in them see red flag them still are married. So, I listen to the story and hear it play out. Anyway, guys, on the thumbs up the video.
Too old for that. Tell him to come right and correct because he's a grown man. He is a grown man. I said, don't accept that. Don't accept that. So anyways, I told her that it's too soon. We came back to the States. And when we came back to the States now, she was talking about it with me on the phone because she's always calling me and telling me things. Like, sometimes she'll complain about my sister that she live with because she live with my sister and my brother and, where she live. And she'll complain about this certain situation that's be going on there. She'll beg to me about it and she'll be mad. The car is dirty and my sister don't even know she could clean her car when she was driving my sister's car at the time before she bought her own car. The house be nasty, it's just stuff. Like she just been, she'll complain to me about things and vent to me and, I'll listen to her and stuff like that. And sometimes I say, no, why you don't say something? But I guess my sister is a little bully when it comes to my mom. She bully her the way how she talks to her. Even her daughter, which is 14 now, talks to her anyhow she wants to talk to her because she hear the mama do it, which is my sister. Anyways, we're not going to get into that. So, anyways, I told her no, let him come correct. If he wants you to be his wife, he needs to come straight. He needs to come correct. Like, that was absolute no. I said, don't accept no ring in no bedroom. And I said, a matter of fact, let him show you his divorce paper and everything that he's officially divorced before you go do that. She's like, oh, yeah, the person's going to come too soon. Da, 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 da. So I'm like, why would you be accepting a ring from a man that's still married? Don't make sense to me. I said, do it right. Make sure he gives you them divorce papers so you can see for a fact that he's divorced and he's not stringing you along, right? So she's like, okay. It didn't really sit right with her, but, she waited out a little longer. Then she's like, oh, she's going down to go get engaged and, all this stuff. And I'm like, don't do it like that. So I'm like, all right. She gonna do it either way. So I'm like, how can I stall for time? So I told her, okay, plan a date and I'll plan it for you. I said, I want to plan the engagement for you. I want it to be special. I wanted to see if he's going to be on board with all of that. And I said, I want the family to be there and all of that because I have this one aunt that she could sense a rat from a mile away. And I'm like, I want them all to be there because I know for a fact once she meet him, she would let us know if he's a go or he got to go, So I wanted it to be special. I invite all the family and everything. I'm going to send you pictures and videos too to back up my story. I know also that, yeah, I'm going to send you pictures and videos. Anyways, so I planned the engagement and everything was so beautiful. Night catches though. So anyways, when we went down that January. Mind you, we had just came back. And we turned around again. We just came back like that end of the year. I think, no, we went down that May. We went down that May. And that January now. So she did wait it a little while. So that January now is when we decided to go down to do the engagement. So we went down, we did I did the setup and everything. I ordered a whole bunch of stuff. I ordered $450 US dollars worth of stuff to do the engagement and to make sure that I have the will you marry me sign, all the lights, the roses, the what's it called? I can't remember the name of the thing that goes around. It's like when you get married and you have this flowers, it's like a vine and it wraps around, like any arch that you might have. I order that. I order everything I could order to make the moment beautiful. I ordered some fake candles that use batteries to use to line up in the roses. I made a heart with the roses. I'm gonna send you the video. It's beautiful. I make sure it's beautiful. The only thing that messes up night catches because I underestimated the nightfall in Jamaica. It was different from in the state at the time, so I underestimated to pick out the ring for my mom, and I helped him pick out a ring, beautiful ring, and I told him like she wants gold, she only wear gold, she don't want no white gold and anything like that. She just wanted to be pure gold and stuff like that. So I helped him pick out a beautiful ring. He kept calling me every day, every day, every day is a different situation. He called me and he's like, hey, would you be able to go look in a jewelry store where nearby you and see if you could get a ring cheaper? I said, no, you're definitely not going to get it cheaper than you getting it there. And I have bought couple pieces of jewelry last time I was in Jamaica, and it's honestly more cheaper to buy jewelry in Jamaica, I kid you not, than it is to buy it in the States. Because I came back to the state with a couple of pieces of jewelry that I bought there that was not so bad. It was okay. The price, I mean. So I said, no, I think it's best if you buy it down there. So he started paying for the ring and everything, picked out the rings, got the size and everything. And then he started to try to persuade me to get a ring here because he feel like it will be cheaper. And then I just bring it when I'm coming. So that way I can be in charge of the ring. He's bad with stuff. He feel like he's going to lose it and all type of stuff. And I'm like, all right, let me go see. So I called him on FaceTime when I was in the ring shop and we all picked out one together. And this time it included my friend. I always had him on the phone with me because I didn't trust that me. Like, I don't know. There was something about him that kind of had me not want to be on the phone with him by myself, So I always have him on the phone whenever I have to do with certain things until I learn my lesson. After that, until I seen why. So anyways, we picked out a ring and I said, all right, I said, I don't even feel right doing this because I said, it's not good for somebody else to buy your engagement ring or your wedding ring is bad luck. I don't believe in those type of stuff. No. It's okay. I'm going to give you the money back. Yeah, so technically I paid for the ring, yada, yada, yada. I was like, okay, get the ring. And then he's like, the money I got back off the ring that I was paying for the ring here in Jamaica, I'm going to make sure you get that when you come down and then I'll pay you for the rest. I said, okay. I said, sounds good. About not even a week later, that man called me. Hey, there's a situation. I had some bills to pay. I had to use the money to buy some chicken and stuff like that because the money I had for the chicken I had to use to pay some bills. I said, this is where it's going to start. I said, all right, you know what? I'm going to leave it alone because I don't want to ruin this moment for my mother because I do want her to be happy and getting a man, having a good man makes her happy. And the fact that he was calling her babes, let me tell you something that got to her head. That got to her head. Sometimes you have to laugh about a bad situation. That really got to her head because she even said it at one point to me, like nobody never ever called her that before, and I love that for her, but it was just not a good situation. Anyways, let me move on. All right, so back to looking for the hotel. So we're looking for a nice hotel area that have a beautiful area scenery that we can do the engagement engagement party, at where, he could do the proposing and stuff. So we found a nice little hotel. I'm not gonna say any directions and stuff like that. I'm just gonna keep the patches and stuff out of the conversations. So we found a nice hotel and Drew was there looking at the hotel. We looked at about 3 to 4 hotels that day. It would just keep hotel happen, but I had one in mind. And that's the one that I used. But we kept looking just to see if we find anything that was better. Because in that area, there was not any good enough hotel. You have to travel a distance. And he didn't want us to do the engagement in his hometown area, which would be the perfect place because of the tourist area. And the hotels are up to par there because he don't want nobody to see him that knows him. I'm like, red flag number, how much? 102. But I was like, all right, let me not zoom into this too much. And I said, all right. He came to me at one of the hotels and he called me, whisper in my ears, I don't really like this hotel. I think you could find something much better. I'm like, what's wrong with the hotel? It's on top of a hill, beautiful scenery. You can see the city, the lights, all of that stuff once it gets a little dark. And the time frame that I was planning for, it would have come down to the dark after they already engaged in all that stuff, and it would have been a beautiful little get together and everything with the family. And mind you, I'm paying for all of this. This man is going to come and say I could find something better and haven't paid a dime on anything. Anyways, my goodness. We kept looking until we find one. Because like I said, I already have my mindset on that one. I asked my mom about it. She said she liked it, it was okay. If she liked it, everything was good. She's like, just do what I'm doing, She's not really a fussy person, so, I knew once it's beautiful, she'll like it. And it was a nice hotel. Like, I felt more safer with that one than the other three, I think it was, that we saw. Yeah, 3. So it was 4 altogether. Anyways, we ended up going with that one, notified the family of the location because they already had their schedule clear for that day. They just didn't have a location. So we notified the family of the location and everything. Yep, everybody is ready. So now the engagement is going to be tomorrow. Now it's tomorrow. It's going to be, in that time frame, was saying, it's going to be tomorrow. Everybody know about the location and the time, everything was sent. And the lady, she was that was helping us. She was so nice. She was so nice to us, like with everything. She lent us some stuff to use also. So it was beautiful. Gave him his ring. I had to tell him what to do. When I said that man was just standing there, he wasn't doing nothing. He didn't seem happy. He didn't seem none of it. None, not even a little bit. My mom was happy dancing down the aisle area where the flowers was. Once she realized, because we blindfolded her and then put her at the beginning, and then she had to walk up and the family was standing on both sides with the candles in front of them as a walkway. It was beautiful. And then, she was so happy when she see everything and everybody, and she was dancing. I thought was playing music and all that, had a boombox. The whole works. And I try to make it as beautiful as I can for her, because I want the best for her. I just wanted to see her happy and find that man that's going to make her happy. He was just standing there, like, when I said standing like a little stooge, he didn't try to come meet her halfway. He didn't try to take her hand. The only time he took her hand is when he was trying to put a ring on her finger. And the way how it was cringing. The whole thing with him went once I don't even know how to explain. It was just weird. But I didn't zoom into it till after, and I watched the payback the video. He was a bit off. Leave it alone. Because I'm the type of person that I will zoom into things and then think about it later on, and then I'll see why that caught my attention at the time when it didn't, when I zoomed into it the first time. But I left it alone, and I'm like, okay, this is her engagement. The next day we went, everything was good, Oh, I'm not even finished with the story. Everything was good. And then the friend that I was confiding in, he was supposed to show up, but there was an accident on the road where he was coming from, because he was driving a long distance to get there. Once he get there, he said, listen, there was an accident. I almost got caught up in an accident, all of that stuff. And that man was mad that he wasn't there, because that was the only person that he knew that was going to be there. Even when he's telling him why he wasn't there on time, he was still upset. And then he kept complaining to me, saying, oh, see, that's why, this for people, and that's why I don't beg friends. And I'm like, why is he acting like that? I said, the man you should be thanking God that he make you here safely, instead of you acting like that. It's not a wedding, it's an engagement. He still show up. So we was all drinking champagne, because I even had champagne. I had stopped at the liquor store and got some champagne. We was all drinking champagne and stuff like that, and I'm running around trying to make sure the champagne is getting stretched to everybody because more people showed up that I thought that was going to come out of the invitation list. I didn't think all of them was going to show up. Everybody showed up and showed out, like, you know? So I'm like, all right. My aunt said she had to go early, but she needed to talk to me. And I'm like, okay. So she left and they went home because it was getting cold for them. Because that area is a cold area. So she left and she went home. And that was the end of that. The next day, went to a restaurant where we was living at, right? Went to a restaurant, and in the restaurant now, we're ordering some food to eat and stuff like that now. And it was me, my husband, my daughter, and my mom, and, her now fiance. That man was standing off to the side with his hand in his pocket, and he wasn't even trying to say, let me buy the food for me and my now future wife. And then, we take care of ourselves because my husband is there and all of that stuff, even though we wasn't, on that type of, terms. But we was trying to, be cordial to make everything work smoothly and everything go by smoothly. So anyways, we was there and he is ordering these people around the corner. Then after he ordered the food, he sent them how nasty the food is. Then he wants to try to tell them how to cook the food. He's a chef, by the way. He's not a chef, but a cook, because he cooked. And I forgot to say, yeah, when we went to Dungeon Falls, the first time when my mom met him, he did bring some food, and the food was late. I'm not gonna lie, he can cook. But he's in this people restaurant telling them how to cook the food. And when I said this, man, let me just ask the question. Have you ever met anybody that when they talk is so big and so bold and the chest poked out, but they have no vocative, no money, no nothing, but they have all this money talk and all these moves talk and all of that stuff. I have no vocative, no money. Broke as a joke or broke as a bottle, right? That's how he is. I kid you not, as for all my kids. I got 3 kids. That's how he is. A lot of talk, no vocatives. Anyways, after the engagement, went back home and noticed he kept calling me almost every day. He kept calling me, and the conversations was getting weirder and weirder. Because now I don't have anybody to be on the phone with while he's on the phone with me. Because he's calling me randomly, and I don't want to be rude and not answer, but I should have just been rude and not answered all of them times. But I answered a few times, and a few times he was being a little cringe. Like, oh, I would love for you to be with my friend. The friend he's talking about is the guy that I'm talking about. I was talking to, conversating with, the venting too when, I was going through my situations and stuff like that. And he's talking like, if he wasn't talking to my mom, he would try after me. Like, he would be trying to talk to me. Then he's comparing my body to my mom and say, I thought that when you're setting me up on her, I thought that she would look more like you. Her body would look like yours. I said, well, I got my body from her. What are you talking about? And once again, I'm thinking that is the Jamaican thing where they be talking about your body and you look at fat. So I wasn't zooming in too much into the conversation until after the fact. Then what hit me is the day when he called and he's like, I thought your mom would have been as pretty as you. That one take the cake. I was like, huh? He's like, never mind, don't pay no attention. I'm just talking. I'm just tired. I'm just, I just got a lot on my mind and this and that. And he's like, how is everything going with you and your husband and this and that? And then I'm like, yeah, where is this going? I said, dear God, what is going on? So I'm like, after that conversation, I decided not to answer him again. So he called me one night. I got home from work and I was sick as a dog. I drank some NyQuil and I went to sleep. I was so sick. He called me. I literally saw the phone call and I ignored it. I didn't even answer the phone. And I'm like, why when your phone is on deep, do not disturb, your WhatsApp still rings? That was so annoying. Because it's on Wi-Fi, it was so annoying. Anyways, he called. I didn't answer. You call again, I didn't answer. He called my husband. My husband said, she's laying down. She's sick. She's not feeling good. All right. You thought that would be the end of it. No, he called my mom complaining. Oh, Me not beg nobody nothing. Me call Ash and want answer phone. Mind you, this is one time he called me and I didn't answer. Me call Ash and want answer phone. Me not beg nobody nothing. Was so upset to the point where my mom come back and tell me. So I'm like, no man, something off. A young girl this man did want. So it got so bad to the point where, let me tell you how, when it got bad, he got locked up. So he got locked up. He called from jail. His wife first. He called his wife in Jamaica first. And that's where it came out. Like I said, through that mutual friend, because he talked to the mutual friend about everything. He called the wife. She didn't answer. She couldn't help him to get bail out of prison. She didn't have, jail. She didn't have that money. He called my mom. My mom was at work, so she never get a phone call. She got a call after, I guess. Then he called me, begging me to help him to send the money. This time it's cost him, I think it was like 1,500 US dollars. Or 1,200 US dollars the bill amount. So when he called me now, and I'm like, I don't have it. I can't help you. I don't have it. Please, see if you can't take it at ASTVins or something. Please, me again. I'm like, no, I don't have it. At this time, I had $3,000 sit down in my drawer for my kids' braces because they needed braces at the time. And I'm like, I'm not using that money on nobody, and I'm not helping nobody, and I'm not going to no bank this late to go pull no money to have nobody because we do nothing but help this man. We send so much money to this man, it's ridiculous. Not knowing my mom was sending him money way before that. Constantly, but anything in the dark must come to light, and everything came to the light after. So anyways, I'm like, no. So my kind-hearted behind going to the Bryce's money, because that's the only liquid cash I had on me at the time, send him the money. Well, send it to my friend, my mutual friend that I was talking to. Send him the money so he could bail him out. When I called him and told him he was in jail, he had to pull over because he was driving. He was like, say what? And you know what he was in jail for? For not paying his rent. The lady took him to court, and they sent a bailiff after him because he was not paying his money. He wasn't paying it. Anyways, bail him out. So I told my mom, before I even did that, I asked my mom, like, listen, do you want me to do help? Because I don't want to do this. She was so stunned, so stuck, like, she was calm. That was the scare part. She was calm because she was so shocked. So I'm like, okay, well, she said she like, basically what she said, she can't buy that. I'm like, okay, so I hung up the phone. She called me back and saying that he's begging for help to get out or whatever. And I'm like, okay, you don't even seem like you care. So what can I do? Like, I ain't gonna care for you. So she's asking me if I have anything to help him. Like, no. I said, I only have the money for my kids' braces. So she said, so I said to her, if you can send me that money back within 3 days, because the appointment is within 3 days, then that's the only way I can do it. So what she did, I told her to do, I said, borrow the money from my sister. And then send it back to me, and then, y'all could figure that out. She said, okay. I said, okay, I won't spend or move a dime until I know for a fact that I'm going to get my money back. So I told my friend to go to Western Union and stay there. They locked him in Western Union. They was ready to shut down the machine. The lady was telling him, like, I'm sorry, we're going to close. The door is locked and he's in Western Union still. Begging the lady to keep it open just so he could get the money because he was late at this time. So I end up sending the money because they guarantee me I'm going to get the money back in 3 days. So I go when they send the money. Went there just to find out it was not enough. So I had to go back to the house and get some more money. Send it. It was still not enough. So my mutual friend that was in Western Union, he went into his business money for his clients that he had in the car and put the money on there. So when I send the money, how did it go? So he put his client money on there to make it up to them all to go bail him out. And then I had to send the rest to balance him back off, to give him back his client money. And then I'm waiting for the money from my mom, from my sister, because she had to get it from my sister to give it back to me, because it's from our kids' braces. So that's how that goes. So bail him out. I had to bail him out. That man did not even tell me thank you. I didn't even get a thank you. Nothing. Nothing. I said, well, I'll be damned. Because I must was sleeping with you last night that you called me for everything else and to be rude. I was use the word rude, but kind of crude, like kind of on edge with me. But you can't call to say thank you. Dog, thank you for bailing me out. I said, you know what, I'm leave it alone. I said it to my mom. I said, he couldn't even tell me thank you. I said, he better not call my phone back again for help, any help for anything. She must have went back and told him, so he got in his feelings. And he started talking junk about me. And then she now is coming back to me telling me these stuff. Like, you're not going to think that I'm going to be upset about this. Like, come on now. To the last draw for me, when he said that he don't have to call my phone no more, and he's not begging me nothing, and da-da-da. And then she had the nerve to come back and told me. I said, that was the wrong thing you did. I called him on three-way. I called her. And I was going off on his ass. I said, I'm saying everything I need to say while my mom is on the phone. So you can't go back and say anything I did not say. I said, you know what? It's so ironic and so disrespectful that you're calling me any hours of the freaking night because you're calling me too late for you to know that I have a man in my house. And then you want to turn around and get mad when I don't answer my phone. Like, come on now. And I started going off on him about those type of stuff. He got mad. Oh, my mouth is trembling. Da-da-da-da-da. When my mouth is trembling, you know how it goes. Yada, yada, yada. I didn't give a damn about none of that. I said, you know what? You're doing too much. They're doing too much. I even said that in front of my mom. She was on the phone, and she heard when I said to him, he was calling me and being weird. She didn't seem to care. Anyways, so we end up stopped talking. He never called my phone back. He said something while we was arguing that kind of triggered me to let me know what type of time he was on. He was like, oh, it's okay. I don't have to talk to your mother. Because I will find another way to America. I can find another way to America. I'm like, you heard that? I said, mommy, you hear that? You hear that? I hope you heard what I heard. Because now he just confirmed that he was only talking to you that he could get to America. Now it makes sense why he kept talking to me weird. Now it makes sense.
I'm glad so the lady come with the story. It's a very interesting story. I can't get to start and comment, guys, because my two boys in there, them are mad me, be nice. Jesus God. But anyway, I move in a bathroom, so I talk on this. You hear what the lady say? A man saying things say, his mother body look like fear. And he thinks he should look like fear. And then he demand money. This man come like him control the relationship. And if woman married and he still a call the woman and when she not answer. And he says, my friend, me know you send me part 2, but you know, says, how you the man want? The man obsessed with the man, love your body, and you want. You just talk to him in a disguise. You understand? And then he might try off for you. I'm telling you ladies, more time when you take up some big man. When they see one daughter, don't make them and then one daughter get too close, because they might tell themselves that they can try friggy daughter too. Because daughter always look better than the mother. Because you know, all of them man act like they want big man, but deep down, some want big woman, some of them want young girl. Alright? Then just want big woman for use, if you can, get money and do what they want to, but deep down a young girl they want. Some no quote me wrong. Alright? Secondly, as she introduced the man to her mother. So, right, that's now any red flag or any problem, she go feel have like a guilt. So that's why she come with the story. Remember her advice, this guy, she don't want her friend in here. Anyway, guys, let me hurry up and end this car. You don't know. Alright, may I come live. I'm gone.